welcome to A Novel Console, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and wife, Karradyne.
Hola.
How are you doing today, Karradyne?
I'm okay. How are you?
That is why you haven't been on the past two episodes of A Novel Console.
Because I'm okay?
Because
it's only been 2 episodes?
Yes, because...
Really?
I think so. Let me check.
I feel like it's been like a month.
It has somewhat been like a month, but let me 100% make sure. Actually, 1, 2, 3 episodes.
Yeah, so like a month.
Almost.
Because we also took a week off, so it was a month.
Right.
Luna, stop.
We did. Don't worry about it. It doesn't. The microphones don't pick her up. Hey, if this is your first time or 152nd time coming into the show, welcome. We're glad you're joining us for an episode of A Novel Console. We hope you stick around, have some laughs, and maybe find some new things to enjoy. If you want to reach out to us, you could do it on our socials, which is basically at A Novel Console on every platform, or you can email us directly at anovelconsole@gmail.com. Or if you would like to support us, you could do it at patreon.com/anovelconsole.
You should also tell your friends about the show because sometimes when they do, they listen. Or when you do, they listen. Yeah, that.
When you tell them you listen.
Yeah, when you tell them you listen, they listen sometimes.
There you go.
And you should leave us a review because they help us be more discoverable. We also have a Discord. So if you want to join that, shoot us an email saying you want to, or go to our Twitter, because it's still Twitter, and look for the pinned tweet.
Yes.
For the link.
Yes. Or just email us or contact us directly
just
or
said
whatever. Yeah. We'll get you on
I
Discord.
don't know how I remembered what I was supposed to say, but I did.
Right? It's because you are destined
Smart.
to be on this podcast.
Yeah.
And fate and destiny want you to remember this stuff.
You don't think you'd have more fun without me?
No.
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 That's good to know.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? Because you feel like you're not part of the podcast anymore?
Well, I know part of it's my fault. Actually, a lot of it's my fault.
All of it is your fault, actually.
Hey, it's not all of it.
Yes, it is.
No.
Because I record these extra episodes, like the one from last week, which is a new series called Loading Memories, where I talked to Eric, and that was supposed to go on Patreon, and you were like, I don't want to record anything. I'm like, okay, so I'll just put it out on regular. Or like the Gears of War 5 episode with Thrak. That was supposed to go on Patreon, and you were like, I don't feel like recording, so I put it out on main.
I never feel
and
like
the week
recording.
before, with Nick.
Okay, we get the point.
And Final Fantasy 16. Right?
We get the point.
And if you see like all those episodes, they got decent numbers, right? But then episode 151, which is the last one you were on, got really good numbers. So
I guess people like me a little bit.
yeah. So we've also been very tired. We've been somewhat go with a week of rest in between. Because we went to Dragoncon.
Yeah.
Got our pictures taken with the Hobbit. Two of the Hobbits.
And Andy
Smeagol.
Serkis, a former Hobbit-like creature.
Right.
Yep, that was pretty amazing.
It was amazing.
Waiting in the line was an amazing experience. We made friends with,
Joey.
the guy who is also a Lord of the Rings nut. It was pretty great going to events where my mom went with us, and she got to see that I am nowhere near as obsessed as she thought I was with the Lord of the Rings. There are people who are crazier than me, believe it or not. But it's fun to be around like-minded, crazy, nerdy people.
Yeah. It was a great time. Seeing Andy Serkis was...
He smiled
Wow.
at me. I touched him.
He put
He
his
wrapped
hand
his
on my
arm
shoulder.
around me and touched you.
He put his hand... It was like my dad putting his hand on my shoulder and being like, I'm proud of you, son.
Oh, my God.
That's what it felt like. Not that my dad does not do that, because my dad has done that before. A bunch of times, actually. But that's how it felt like. It was like...
It was a pretty great
It
moment.
was like if God actually existed and he was standing there taking pictures with everyone.
Oh, my gosh.
It was
can't.
for $400. It was amazing.
It was not for $400.
How much was it for?
$110.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he is not Mark Hamill.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's better.
I think he's better, too. I think he's more talented.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's way more talented. I think he is way more talented than probably anyone in Hollywood.
You know who he's way more talented than?
Who?
Us.
Yes.
Because somehow we made it to 3 years of the podcast on September 4th, right? Man, this month has blown by. We haven't even had a chance to sit down to talk about 3 years of a novel console.
Which is weird. I guess I misremember when Hunter's wedding weekend was. I guess it was towards the end of August. Because I know we had to re-record that episode, but I feel like it was at the beginning of August, which then would have meant that we took a whole month to get one episode out. And even though it did take a lot longer 3 years ago to get an episode out.
September 4th, 2020 is when we put out our first episode.
That's crazy. We were about to get married.
In a
little more than a month. Almost
so.
2. Almost 2, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, damn, that was a long time ago.
It was.
We've done so much fun stuff since then.
We've moved states since then.
We've upgraded our equipment since then.
We have, significantly.
Right.
Remember when you tried to pull my teeth to get me to help you edit? Fuck that shit. That was awful.
Which you kind of...
I sucked at it. It took me like an hour to do 5 minutes. It was really bad.
It took me 8 hours to do 1 hour when I did it all by myself. It sucked.
It was rough.
Yeah.
And sitting at that little table across from each other on 2 different computers. Our little tablet things.
Right.
Our Chromebook thingy.
Surfaces.
Yeah, Surfaces. Those.
Our Microsoft Surfaces that your dad stole from his last job.
He did not steal them.
That we know.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Do not accuse him of stealing, please.
I feel like I have to cough, but continue talking, please.
What am I going to talk about? I don't know. It's been a crazy 3 years. I know I've been fairly absent here lately, but I am still here. I think all of you know that I have had my fair share of struggles, and those struggles tend to affect me being on the podcast. Yeah, so that's fun.
Yeah. Anyways, for year 4, what do you want to do? What's your goal for?
Oh God, I always say something, beautiful, and then I fail every time.
What's your goal?
My goal? Mm-hmm. Oh God.
Give me something. Anything.
To read more. This has been a really shitty reading year for me in terms of like amount. Mainly because I'd say since this time last year. Yeah, roughly, right? This has been like the worst year of my life. I think it started like in August of last year. It did. The worst year of my life. But so many things have gotten so much better within like the last 5 months or so. But my reading has still suffered a lot.
You know why your reading has suffered?
Why?
Because you're always on your fucking phone.
I am not. You are on your fucking phone way more than I'm on my fucking phone, bitch.
Liar.
You are the biggest liar.
Because I see you, right, on bed, and you're like...
On bed? I'm on bed?
On the bed. I said on the bed. You're doing, like, stupid shit on your phone instead of reading. And you're like, I need to read. Or, like, you come home, right? I make dinner. It's usually ready by the time you get home.
And I lay on the couch on my phone.
We eat, and then you stay on the couch on your phone.
I know. But that's also a mental thing. Like, it's a mental thing.
You know how many games I finished this weekend because I stopped looking at my phone?
Yeah, because you spend your life on TikTok. Your life.
Uh-huh.
I tried to get you on TikTok for so long. I have regrets.
Mm-hmm.
Regrets.
Yeah.
I open TikTok like once a week.
It's your fault. Yeah.
It is my fault.
Yeah. You started it.
Anyway, we digress.
So your goal is to read more?
Is to read more. Yeah, and then I'll have more to talk about. Reading more means more to talk about. I have only read 64 books this year. That is less than half of what I normally achieve.
I can't believe that.
I know. I'm going to cry right now. Just... It's really awful.
That's really bad.
I don't know. Like, the further I get away from it, the more I realize, like, oh no, that last job really fucked me up a lot. It fucked me up a lot. Like, just, like, I went into fucking heart palpitations just going down to Orlando to get on a fucking plane. Like, feeling like I was having to go back. I have nightmares about it all the time. I know this makes me sound really dramatic, but...
The night that you scared the shit out of me when you were crying in your sleep, were you dreaming about that job?
I don't remember. I had some serious nightmares last night where I had to wake myself up and like stare at the wall for a few minutes.
What were you dreaming?
I dreamed that there were people out in the yard coming to get me and I couldn't scream.
So you're not the only one having weird dreams about people coming in here?
Yeah, like in the woods, like coming out of the woods and stuff. I think it doesn't help that Mariela showed me all that shit of those creepy twins who put on that creepy show in that pioneer village. And I think I'm seeing those people come out the woods.
I see.
Yeah.
I just dream about people like trying to break in and force themselves in and me having to bust a cap in their ass.
Well, at least you have a cap to bust in the ass.
That's awful. My goal for this year, right, for year 4, to keep having fun. Because even though you're crying right now, I'm still having fun.
I'm still having fun too.
You're somewhat having fun through the tears.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to keep bringing people on to talk about games and shit. Like, you know, with Eric. That was
That's
an
what you
awesome
should
time,
call
man.
that segment, not games and stuff, games and shit.
Games and stuff is when we talk about a game. Because we start talking about, like I said, Gears of War, and we end up talking about RPGs.
Call it games and shit.
Games and stuff. And you know, and like bringing people on to talk about these massive games that we've beaten and we enjoy so much and what we hated and all that shit, like with Nick from Friday Night Gamecast. That's what I want to keep doing. It's fun. It's fun for me. And I also want to keep telling you about the shit ass crazy fuck shit that I play in games. Like in Mortal Kombat 1 that I beat last night, right? I beat the story. And I'm still trying to process what the fuck happened at the end. Because I kind of want to tell you about it. But you would be so fucking confused that I would have to start from zero on what
That's a lot.
Mortal Kombat is. And it is a lot. A lot. But yeah, that's my goal. And I also want you to bring your friends or whatever to talk about
Well,
books.
I've already got a friend who wants to come on.
Who?
Kelly.
Okay, then fucking have her come on. and we
I
can
just
bring...
gotta figure out when I can read this book.
You don't even have to read a book. You
I
can
need
just
to get
sit
the book.
there.
Well, no, she wants to talk about a book that she really likes that I have not read yet. And she wants to reread it.
But I'm telling you, if you want to invite anybody,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
you don't have to just talk about a book. You can just sit there and talk about books in general, not just a book.
Right.
So I want you to start doing that because I know you're going to have fun with it. And have a very good time with
I
it.
have like 5 friends.
That's okay. Bring all 5 of them at the same time and then nobody will know who's talking.
Well, then I'd feel bad because most of them know each other. Minus 2.
I don't know. Anyways.
That's not a lot when you only have 5 friends. I guess whatever.
So I think we should go ahead and jump into the topic.
Main reason we're here today.
Yes, we're getting a divorce. I'm sorry, children. You're going to have to pick with who you want to go. If you want to go with Karradyne or me. But
this is really fucked up.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, can you imagine if someone took that seriously? Oh my God. What if somebody's driving to work and they think you're being serious and they just like swerved into a guardrail or something? Oh, I don't think people are that invested in us. But no, our marriage is fine.
Mo would get so
I
scared. He
promise.
texted her. He's like, "Can I go live with Karradyne?"
Oh my God, I
He's like,
can't.
I don't want Mo.
That's weird. We have a student worker named Mo.
I guarantee you it's not him.
I'm sure. This Mo was not born until 2003. Made me feel really fucking old.
No, Mo is not that young. But it's fun. So
onward to Boston. We're not getting divorced.
No, we're not getting divorced.
We're still very much in love.
I kind of don't want to do a lot of editing. So is it cool if I don't do a transition and we just jump into it?
Let's do it.
Or do you want to do like you did last time, during Star Wars month, where you started doing the song?
The music. I don't remember what the transition song is for this.
It's fuck. What is it? It's another one of the jazz songs.
Boo 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 do 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 bump 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 do 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 do. I don't know what I'm doing. Ta-da!
It's weirdo.
I know. Just
So, where did we go and why did we go?
we went to Boston via Orlando because we are nuts.
Why did we go to Boston?
We really to see Death Clock. Well, you did. To see Friends and Death Clock and to go to Salem.
But mainly Death Clock.
Mainly Death Clock. Death Clock was the catalyst that sent us to Boston.
It was
Yes.
amazing. It was fucking
I wouldn't know.
incredible. So we drove down to Orlando, right? And we took a plane from Orlando at 4 in the fucking morning
It was awful.
to get to Boston and then hang out there all day until 8 at night when Death Clock would play. And I am still tired from that,
I am too. I feel so out of whack.
right?
I feel better now than I did all week. But
It doesn't help that instead of staying in and sleeping in yesterday, you decided to get up at 6 in the morning and go to
I
a
had a
fucking
lot of
peanut
fun
festival.
yesterday, so shut the fuck up.
No.
Oh my God.
So, anyways, we got to Boston, right? And my friends, our friends now, because now you can claim them as friends, Mariela and Kiko, which have been on the show before.
Both of them, yes.
Yes. Kiko twice, actually. He was on...
She was twice too, I think.
Really?
I thought so.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Fairly sure. Yeah.
Maybe. Anyways, Kiko was on KOTOR 2 and Jedi Survivor. And Mariela was in... Was it supposed to be The Mandalorian? And we just ended up talking Clone Wars the entire time?
I don't remember.
Episode? I think so.
Probably.
Anyways, so we stayed with them, and they were amazing hosts.
Yes.
And they were like, what do you guys want to do? And we're like, first, we want to go to Death Clock. Then I want to find a vodka chicken cutlet sandwich and Salem. Other than that, I don't care. You guys do whatever you think we would like. And they set up this itinerary. It was long as fuck. And we got to do almost all of it.
Was there anything we missed?
I don't remember. The park? Did we go to the park?
We walked through it
We walked through it, yeah.
on our way to go to her job.
Right, to go to Salem.
Yeah. So we saw it.
Yeah.
We just didn't spend time there,
Right.
which is not the end of the world.
No. First off, I want your thoughts on Boston. What do you think of Boston?
I thought it was pretty cool. I could never fucking live there. Never. Not in a million years. Way too on top of each other. So old. I'm fine with old, but, you know, it's kind of dilapidated old to an extent.
Some places
Some
are.
places are. But, and the roads give me anxiety. The driving gives me anxiety. I just had to, like, look off in the distance and pretend I was not in the backseat of a car that was hurtling towards certain death.
Towards another car.
Oh my God. Oh man.
Like the
It's
roads.
just very, very crowded and people are not the nicest.
The roads are like
Nuts.
spider webs.
Yeah, they are.
Was it me or was it or were you there when Chelsea told us that it was because the roads used to be like cow paths and that's why they're all crazy because that's how they moved their herds and how the roads got formed by the herds moving. That's how pretty much they tart them up and that's
No,
it.
I was not part of that conversation.
Was it Chelsea or was it somebody else? Anyways,
I don't think.
it kind of makes sense now because there's like no order. It's just pure chaos for driving there. And when we were in Angela's on the last place that we ate before we left, Kiko was like, it's amazing to visit, but don't fucking live here. Kiko is dying
I
to
could
leave.
never live there. But it was, yeah, it's fun to visit. I might go back,
I would love to go back every year.
but that never more than just visiting. Never more.
Nevermore.
Nevermore.
Are you saying that because
Nevermore.
of Edgar Allan Poe?
Oh my God, no.
No. So we got there. Mariela picked us up from the airport. We went to our first food place, a Meridian Market.
Meridian Market.
Meridian Market.
Yes. They gave me lots of anxiety.
You,
I don't respond well.
I think you took it wrong because you were tired.
I think they were also cranky Italian bitches.
They were not being cranky.
They were
like,
being so cranky and rude as fuck.
They just asked us once, "Are you guys ready to order?" And I said, "No, just give me 1 second." He's like, "Okay," and he went away.
He was pissy.
He was not pissy.
He was very pissy, very unpleasant, and I wanted to turn around and leave.
You're ridiculous. You would have missed out on the amazing food.
I would have, but he also led to me panic ordering.
And you ordered something good.
It was good, yes, but
It wasn't as good as I make them.
no.
So we had a steak bomb, chicken parm, arancini, and we had a chicken sandwich that Kiko ordered. But I ordered a steak bomb, and for some reason, my dumbass thought that it was going to have a chicken cutlet in it. And when I opened it, I see it's just a cheesesteak with like pepperoni and salami and shit in it. And I'm like, this is not what I ordered. But I took a bite of that shit. And holy fuck, was it amazing. I think it's the best cheesesteak I've had in my entire life.
It was so creamy. It was awesome.
Meaty, creamy. It was packed with meats, onions, and everything. And like,
very flavorful.
And I was a little bit disappointed that it wasn't what I thought it was. So Kiko offered me his half of his sandwich for us to trade. And his, I don't remember the name, but it was a chicken cutlet with cheese, honey mustard, lettuce, tomato, I think onions.
Pepperoni.
And pepperoni. And that, I wish they would have gone a little bit lighter on the honey mustard because I'm not a big fan of honey mustard. I find the sweet to be too sweet. But it worked really well with the pepperoni. That sandwich was fucking crazy good. And we had an arancini, which was a rice ball, deep fried, stuffed with meat, covered in their red sauce with cheese. So good. You hated it.
I thought it was disgusting. It was very slimy, goopy. Ugh. It reminded me of like if you put rice in water and you just let it sit there for days and it just swole up and got super goopy.
No.
It was awful.
No.
It was awful.
I think you just got the coating with too much of the sauce because I thought it was fantastic. I loved it. And then the meats had peas and carrots in it. It was so fucking good. What did you have?
I had the chicken parm sandwich. It was very good. It was not as good as yours, but it was delicious. It was very flavorful. It was very melty. The chicken was pretty perfect in terms of consistency and thinness. It was great. I just wish I wish the breading were a little more
Crunchy.
Yeah.
Well, we also bought them and took them to the
Yeah,
house, so
yeah.
they sat like 15 minutes.
Yeah. It was still delicious. Very delicious. And I felt like maybe the bread was a little soggier than I would have liked. I wish, honestly, that I had gotten what Kiko got, because I fucking hate honey mustard, but that was phenomenal. It was awesome. I mean, all of them were really good, but I think I would have preferred one of the two of yours over mine. It was still really good.
Yeah.
But
So I really wanted to go back there, but we just didn't have time. Because they had a broccoli rabe and chicken cutlet sandwich on the menu that I was just like, fuck, I want to have that so bad.
unfortunately, they were not open on Sundays, and that was the only day where we would have had time to go back.
Yeah. But it was great. I think that place was an absolute garbage. I think it was the best cheesesteak I've ever had, the best chicken cutlets, the best arancini, even though I've never had one. Even though we did have one later on in the trip and you liked it.
What?
Yeah, we'll go into that.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
You lie.
No. So Meridian Market, garbage.
Yes.
If you're in Boston, go to this place. It's fucking fantastic. Then that night, what did you do?
Well, first we took a nap because we were fucking
Oh yeah, we
exhausted
did.
because we made the mistake of going to Orlando to fly out of there, and your aunt missed us very much, and we missed her very much, and we stayed up until midnight talking to her like idiots, and we got no sleep.
Right.
So we had to have naps. Then I went to an after dark game night thing at MIT with Mariela and her bestie.
Her bestie's boyfriend.
Yes, and her bestie's boyfriend. I forget because he didn't go with us. He joined us while we were there. But once we left, they wanted to go to an arcade bar, and I'm just like, I'm too old for this shit. Thankfully, we decided we were gonna eat and then decide, and nobody wanted to go anymore after we ate.
What did you eat?
So we had pizza from this place called Area 4, I think is what it was. We split 2 pizzas, the 4 of us. I don't remember, honestly, what was on the one. I know it was some sort of meaty pizza. It was good, but it wasn't anything to write home about. But the other pizza, it had some prosciutto and some arugula and some hot honey, and it was the bomb. Do not remember what it was called, but it was delicious. Obviously, Bestie's boyfriend really thought it was delicious because he ate like 6 or 7 slices of pizza. Dear God. He was throwing it back, but it was quite
He's so
tasty.
skinny.
He is very skinny. I know, I was shocked. I'm like, where's he put it? He was hungry.
So what do you think of that place?
It was a garbage. It was pretty
Garbage?
good. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that night I went to the Death Clock show. They had a dude called Jason Richardson open for them. Basically, he has a track of drums and a bass playing, and then he plays guitar live, and he's like shredding, like power metal, almost shredding on his guitar. The sound system at that place at the MGM Music Hall in Boston is so fucking crazy that my pants were vibrating. My pants were vibrating.
That's very specific.
Right? And Jay was like, I can't do this. And he left and got earplugs.
Weenie.
And came back in, and Kiko and I looked at him and were like, you're such a pussy. But he played. He was good. Half an hour went by while they set up the thing for Death Clock, and holy fuck, what a crazy ass show. I have never been to a show where people are that fucking rowdy and crazy. Like, there were 2 mosh pits, right? 2 massive mosh pits, one behind us and one to the left of us. And somehow they managed to combine. So there was a ginormous mosh pit in that place. People were fucking crowd surfing. There were these 3 little girls in front of us. They were like, I'm sure they were there to see Baby Metal. They were having the worst time of their lives. They had to give one of them noise canceling headphones and put on a playlist of noise canceling white noise on Spotify for her.
How do you know?
Because I saw it on their phone.
That close of attention. Oh my gosh.
The 3 of them were having a terrible fucking time during Death Clock playing. And I was just having the time of my life listening to them play all of these songs that I've loved for more than 10 years. And it feels like I finally closed a chapter of my life. And that was to see Death Clock live.
It's pretty cool.
It was amazing. Brendan Small is a fucking genius. He can play, he can sing, he has funny cartoons. He's amazing. And I'll probably never see them again because this is their last tour, which is very sad. Then after they were done, we decided to leave because, we only know one Baby Metal song, and we would have had to wait another 30 minutes for them to set up the whole thing for Baby Metal to come on, and we were old. So we decided to leave. We went to a place called The Quiet Few, which is a bar in Boston. And the entire ride there, Kiko was like, "What are you gonna have?" I was like, "I don't fucking know. I gotta look at the menu." It's like, "Do you like chicken sandwiches?" I'm like, "Uh huh." He's like, "Get the chicken sandwich." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "It's spicy. It's Nashville hot chicken sandwich." I'm like, "Okay." I like hot Nashville hot chicken sandwich. Like, and ask for it with cheese whiz, with homemade cheese whiz. Like, whatever. I trust you. And then he, like, the entire time he was like egging me on, but I don't know what the fuck his point was. Because then he was like, "Are you gonna get fried pickles or French fries?" I'm like, "French fries. Why not the fried pickles?" Because I don't feel like eating fried pickles. Like, you should get the fried pickles. Like, I'm good. I'll get the French fries. I'll be fine. Like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, I'm sure. And Jaden turns around from the front seat. It's like, "Are you sure?" So we got there. We ordered. The place was loud as fuck. I couldn't hear anything. Like, we left the place and my right ear was ringing from how loud it was. But the chicken sandwich was a Nashville style hot chicken, but it wasn't like chicken fire where it has the seasonings and everything on it. It was just the hot oil. And the homemade cheese whiz was incredible. The sandwich was amazing because they do the where they let it sit on buttermilk in buttermilk, but it's buttermilk and a mix of their homemade pickling liquid for their pickles because they make homemade pickles. And we had picklebacks, and the picklebacks were with that homemade pickle juice, and they were amazing. Like, I threw the pickle juice in my mouth, and I just held it there because it was so good. So Kiko got poutine. The poutine was great, and he also got the fried pickles. And he's like, "Have a fried pickle." I'm like, "Fine, I'll have a fucking fried pickle." So I ate it. I'm like, "You're a fucking sack of shit. You lied to me." And he started laughing. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "You didn't tell me these were homemade. These are amazing. They were so good. Homemade fried pickles. I wish you could have gone because you would have loved everything
Makes me sad.
at that place." Um, Another garbage. That place was fucking amazing. The chicken was crunchy. It was well cooked. It was juicy. The homemade cheese was like when the fire would start building up really hard from the chicken, the cheese was just like and took it out. So good, so fucking good. Next time we go, you have to go there. We
Deal.
might have to sit outside because I felt deaf and they were playing like stupid shitty pop rock music. Awful, fucking awful. Like Franz Ferdinand and
I love Franz Ferdinand.
gross.
Bless it. I would love some homemade fried pickles.
Well, if you let me try to make fried homemade pickles, then maybe we can fry them.
No, well, we can go have them at the restaurant
Oh yeah,
next time we go.
yes. So what was the next day?
The next day, we had breakfast thanks to Chef Kiko. We had nice fluffy pancakes, delicious, great way to start the day, and it was a very long day.
We had his amazing mega fluff pancakes with romantic strawberries and whipped
Oh
cream.
my god, I can't. They were really, really delicious. And then we went out to explore. We went I don't know the names of the areas really where we went. I know there was some square where we went to like a comic book shop and
The slave square.
yeah, where
like
they
Jay-
auctioned off slaves.
like Jay pointed it out.
Yeah. And we went to like an indoor market place, like a farmer's market almost.
It was like
type.
a food hall.
Yeah, food hall, and we had some really fucking good frozen apple cider. Was delicious. Made me wish I were at the Food and Wine Festival and that I could have the frozen apple pie. That's one of my favorite things. And you had
Wait.
a donut. What?
We didn't say what we thought about Kiko's pancakes.
They were delicious.
They were garbage.
They were wonderful. They were garbage.
I put cream cheese in
They
mine.
were great pancakes. They were very fluffy.
They looked at me so weird when I put cream cheese in
Yeah,
mine.
you're a fucking weirdo.
And then Kiko's like, give me the cream cheese. I want to try it. He didn't say if he liked it or not.
Oh, I was about to say. Bless it. You're weird when it comes to your pancakes.
Yeah, so I had a peanut butter and jelly donut. The donut had like, it was stuffed, right? So it was stuffed with both peanut butter and strawberry jelly, but it wasn't jelly. It was more like...
Preserves?
Yes. It was more like preserves than jelly. I wish they would have called it a peanut butter and preserves donut, because that makes more sense, because when you think jelly, you're thinking Smucker's out of a jar type jelly. And that's not what it was. It was super fresh, amazingly delicious with like peanut brittle on top, which was fucking crazy to bite into the donut and get all of that preserve and then eat a piece of that peanut brittle. Fantastic. I wish I would have gotten more donuts from that place, because they had a bunch more different kinds of donuts. What did we do afterwards?
Let's see. We also went to a bookstore. It was a really cool bookstore. We just mainly explored like that whole area. And then Mariela and I went to the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum while all you boys decided to go back to the house and get the car.
Yep.
Yes. So the museum, oh my God. It was this woman's house. And Mariela was telling me that she like didn't even get a chance to really live in it. But I mean, like this massive, it was like a fucking castle. And the most breathtaking art all over the fucking place. And there was like a fireplace in every room with a different design. And there's this huge garden like in the middle of the house. It's like this huge courtyard that the house surrounds, and just the most breathtaking plants. It was so fucking beautiful. And you go up, there are like 3 floors. On each floor you get to like see the garden from a different view. Oh, it was beautiful. It was so worth it. It's only $20 to get in. It is breathtaking. There were lots of teeny boppers there taking pictures with the garden, like doing full on fucking photo shoots, which was kind of annoying. But it was beautiful. Beautiful. I would kill for some of that artwork for a garden, even a quarter of the size of that. It was crazy.
After that, we went to Yume wo Katare.
Yes, y'all came and picked us up, and we went to that place. Not gonna lie, it's attached to a shopping center, and there was a pho place in that shopping center, and I was really excited thinking that we were going to that place because it was ramen and pho, and I was like, fuck yeah, I am not ordering ramen, bitches. And then we walked past it. It was so sad.
I can see your heart breaking in real
I
time.
was so sad because I'm definitely more of a pho girly. I like ramen, but
You're very specific about your ramen.
yep. And boy, did this place remind me how specific I am with my ramen.
So they make gluten-free homemade ramen noodles. So they're thick.
Very,
They're thicker
very
than you like.
thick
And you don't like thick noodles for some reason.
at all in any way, shape, or form.
That's your
Autism.
your tism
Yep.
reacting.
My what is it? My
Sensory issues.
well, but the food, there's a food thing. Your food shit. I've heard
Food shit.
I've heard like food sensitivity, not sensitivities. Food aversions. Food aversions. Isn't that a thing with autism?
I think so.
Or is it just a thing with people in general?
It's like
I think
taste,
it's
smell, color, textures.
Yeah, I have a major food aversion to thick noodles.
You don't even
I
like...
won't eat fettuccine.
Right.
I won't eat...
Udon.
Udon. Oh, fuck no. Hell no. Oh my God.
Time
Egg
I made
noodles. Oh
those-
God.
I made those udon noodles and you're like...
Like doesn't stroganoff have like thick noodles?
Flat egg noodles.
Yeah, no. Fuck no.
When I made the... What was it? The beef ragu with pappardelle.
Nope.
Oh, that shit was so good.
Yeah. And that time period where Viet Thai was doing those thick flat noodles, I just wanted to die. Like, I couldn't even really truly enjoy it. I forced myself through it.
So that's the first thing that you didn't like.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of fat in the broth.
Yeah.
Like little clumps of fat floating in the broth.
Yeah.
Which I thought were incredibly delicious. I think this place is...
You need to explain the vibe of the place.
Okay. So, you stand in line outside, and this dude comes out and asks how many you are. How many
And
are
if
in
you
your
want to
party,
be split up or if you want to stay together.
right? And we were a party of 5.
5.
So he's like, okay, you're going to have to wait a bit.
If you don't want to be split up.
Right. And then we go inside, and you stand in line along the door. They take your order. And when people are done eating, that they clear out an entire row, then you slip
There
into
are
that
only
row.
3 rows.
3 rows.
4 if you count the bar. Right? Or no?
I think
Am I
it's
wrong?
3
It's 3 or
counting the
4.
bar.
3 or 4 rows.
Yes.
Very, very small
Very
space.
small.
Very
Super
hot
small.
space.
You look at the people making the ramen
In front of you.
in front of you, making the bowls. They ask you, do you want garlic? You
Yeah.
said yes or no.
They only have 2 kinds of ramen.
They have,
Curry,
and the regular,
and you can order extra pork in
Yes.
either one.
yeah. So you got 2. And I got 5 with garlic. And to be honest, I think this is the third beyond garbage that we've had on the show.
Remind me, though, I never remember in
No,
what
God
order.
tier. God tier.
I
is
never
the top.
remember in what order those mid tiers are.
Okay.
Remind me.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Nah. Okay. Almost garbage. Garbage. God tier garbage.
It was meh for me.
It was a meh.
I would not go back there. Not even to try the curry ramen. I would not do it.
Because of the
Y'all
noodles?
go, live your best lives. I'm going to go to the pho place
Around
around the corner with my Kindle, and I will be happy as a clam.
And because of the noodles and the fat
The
floating in there?
noodles, I didn't like the flavor of the broth.
Really?
The pork, I felt like there was very little of it that I could bring myself to eat because it was so fatty. The garlic was good, but I just no. I mean, the broth literally felt like it was so, like, I don't know. It almost felt like congealed. Like, it literally felt like even the brothy part was fat. And that just really grossed me out a lot. I made myself eat because I was fucking starving because we didn't eat all fucking day after the pancakes. We're like, we need to keep empty stomachs for the ramen. And something was telling me, I was like, I'm just really worried I'm not going to like this ramen. And then when I saw there was only 2 options, I'm like, I'm really not going to like this ramen. And then I saw them pull out the raw noodles. I was like, fuck my life. It looks like octopus tentacles. It's so fucking thick. Fuck me. Fuck me with a broomstick.
Okay, I think after the fact and after having sat on it a few days, it's a meh for you. Because when we got out, you were okay on it.
But I was sad. I was very sad. I just wanted something warm and hearty because it was cold that night.
It was warm and hearty. It was everything.
And not gonna lie, the vibe of the place gave me anxiety, and y'all pushing me made me even worse. I'm gonna need you to not push me when I say no.
I just asked you once.
No.
I didn't ask you more than once.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
So the thing is that once you're done eating, they grade you on how you did with eating your ramen. So if you finish the whole thing, it's a perfect. If you leave the broth, it's a good job. If you leave some noodles and so on and so forth.
They ask you if you want to be graded harshly or kindly, and they grade you accordingly. If you're less than a good job, they ask you.
You're a good job.
I was a good job because I was fucking starving.
Jay was almost a good job. But he's like, no, give me a second. And he drank the whole broth and then they gave him a perfect.
He did. Bless his little skin
So like
heart.
before they grade you, they ask you if you have a dream or anything that you would like to share. So you share your dream with the entire restaurant. And that's it. That's why you were anxious, because you didn't want to say, I want a house.
I didn't want to say anything in front of anyone. I don't like to speak in front of people.
Yet you do
Which
this.
is why I'm behind a microphone in a private room in our home with only you and the dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I shared my dream. My friends shared their dreams.
Yes. I was literally the only person in the restaurant at the time that did not share their dream.
Right.
Which also made me uncomfortable.
Next time, I'll just go without you. I loved it. Because we're going to tag Yume wo Katare on the post on Instagram. So if they listen, I fucking loved everything about the restaurant. My wife didn't, but it's because of just the person that she is. But
You make it sound bad.
my wife is wrong.
She has no fun. She likes nothing.
I don't even know when we're married.
Oh, God. And I always feel bad, like, in situations like that, because, like, I don't know. I feel bad that everybody else enjoyed it so much, and I just was not having it. But I gotta be true to myself, I guess. I have a hard time lying when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah.
I think this place is beyond garbage. I think it is God tier garbage. I think it is a must eat at place if you like ramen. It is fucking incredible.
Okay. Oh.
So, next day.
The next day was Saturday. So we started the day off with Jay and his girlfriend Chelsea. We went to this place that's local to Boston, but a chain, and like a chain, sort of a chain in Boston. I don't know, there are tons of locations, but it's called Tate.
So the way Chelsea made it sound is that there are 3, because there was the major one, which is the one that we went to, and it got so packed with people coming from different boroughs that they had to open like 2 more in separate boroughs, and that took the pain off of it.
Mariela and I had walked past one on our way to the museum the day before, and we popped in to get some free water because they have a water station, and I was dying. But yeah, so we went there, and we had a little bit of a mishap because we ordered online so that it would be ready when we got there. And the website like never asked me to set a location, and I just kind of blindly ordered it without thinking about the fact that they literally just told us there were multiple locations. And don't really know why this happened, because she said that each location had its own website.
Its own URL.
And she sent us the one to that one. But we were sitting at the table waiting for our food. They had their food. They'd long eaten. And we still didn't have our food. And Chelsea's like, oh my God, did you guys order at another location? Sure enough, we ordered at Harvard Square, which was nowhere near where we were. Yay! So that was fun. Thankfully, the manager at that location was super nice, said it happened all the time. He literally took down what we had ordered, went and made it. And I mean, we had it within like less than 10 minutes. It was crazy. I was impressed.
They never charged us.
They never charged us. Well, I think the thought process was that because we'd already paid at the other location, he was just going to make it and give it to us because we'd technically already paid. But then I think because we never showed up to pick up the other food, they canceled it. Yes. Because the $48 did come out of my account, and then it was magically there again later that day.
Holy shit, we got a $48
because we never showed up. Yeah,
free. Let's not talk Tate.
Right? Lord help. So, well, I mean, but you know, honestly, knowing that they have their own websites, I think it was their issue,
Yeah,
not us. So I'm not gonna feel bad about it. So I had a prosciutto and brie and pear and fig sandwich, and it was fucking amazing.
It was really fucking good. And I don't like pear.
I have so many regrets, though, about how and what we ordered and how we chose to eat it. I have so many regrets.
We should have gone half-seas.
That's exactly what we should have done. Or we should have just both ordered what you got.
No.
Despite the fact that my sandwich was fucking amazing.
No.
It was so good. And you don't even like pears.
I know.
But that pear was sliced like paper thin.
And that's
It
how...
was wonderful.
There's two things that you can do with pear.
Slice it paper thin?
Feed it to your enemies.
Oh my God.
Or throw it in the garbage. Somehow they made it work in that sandwich.
I can't.
Pear is such a terrible apple wannabe.
It was
fucking
so
fruit.
great. It added like just a dash of sweetness. Well, no, it was a little more than a dash of sweetness because I think brie is a little bit sweet. Plus the fit. I don't know. It was fucking awesome. It was great.
I had the shakshuka with lamb sausage. I need to look this thing up on their website because it is so fucking amazing. I had never had shakshuka before. And it was fucking life-changing. Let me see here. Menu. It was a brunch, breakfast, all day. All day, right?
I think it was all day.
All day.
I think.
Shakshuka, here we go. Lamb meatball shakshuka. And this is the crazy thing. This thing was fucking massive. It was like...
It was only $15.
Yeah.
I feel like it should have been more than what it was.
It was a whole ass fucking skillet. Like a 12
like a gigantic,
skillet.
like a standard size skillet.
So the shakshuka is a tomato and bell pepper sauce. That's what was different about the sauce because it tasted a lot like mine, like the one that I make.
Boa bell peppers.
My pizza, it had bell peppers. That's what was different about it. Eggs, lamb meatball, and papadou peppers on top with spicy labna. And parsley served with house-made challah. I don't know what the challah is. I think that was the bread. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, I didn't realize that it had eggs in it. When I found the first egg halfway through my meal, I almost cried because it was poached perfectly. And then it mixed with the yogurt on top and the tomato and the bread and that sausage, that lamb sausage was fucking amazing. This is one of the most amazing things I've ever eaten in my entire life.
I am so upset that I didn't order it or that we didn't have the sense to split. You take half the sandwich and me help you eat.
Yeah.
We could have cut that bread in half. Oh, because the bread alone, oh my God. The most perfectly toasted, glorious bread.
You didn't have any of the papadou peppers.
No.
Papadou peppers or whatever they're called. They were... I don't...
The little red ones. Yeah, I did. I did.
You had one?
Yeah, it was fucking amazing.
Super sweet.
Fucking amazing.
Spicy. Acidic.
One of the best things I've ever had in my life.
Incredible.
I mean, the flavors were just slapping you in the face in the best way. It was like, yes, daddy, yes, hit me again. It was so
gross.
good. So good. I mean, I don't even know what to say other than that it was so fucking good. And like from a place that doesn't seem like it seems like it would just have like your standard sandwiches and
wasn't Chelsea
soup.
Saying that it was like a Mediterranean like restaurant and then like they just kept adding shit to the menu?
I don't remember. Maybe.
Jay had a savory French toast.
It had sesame seeds all over it.
Did you try it?
No.
No. I think next time I want to get that.
But we did try the glaze or whatever that was on Chelsea's. The butter, the garlic butter or whatever that was.
Right.
Holy shit.
It was
God.
A corn garlic
butter something.
Sauce.
I don't even know. Oh.
And that with the shakshuka.
Can we hop on a plane right now and go back and eat that, please? just to go to Tate and eat and come back.
Next time we go, I want to go with like $2,000, and $1,000 of that is just going to be for food. so that we can like
so
blam food.
fucking good. When they brought it to the table, I was like, holy shit. I never thought that it would be as good as it was. Never.
Fantastic.
And yeah, when you pop that egg, oh my God.
It was
oh my
incredible.
God.
I
feel like we need to order Chelsea's, mine, and yours, and just have a little charcuterie board of wonderfulness.
Because I want to try that.
I'm fine without that.
This is the 4th got to your garbage.
Yeah. Yeah. The sandwich, not so much, but the sandwich was really fucking good, but not quite worthy. But that was worthy. Holy shit.
2 got to your garbage.
Can you learn how to make that, please?
I probably can. I think the hard part, and I don't think that would be that hard.
I'll learn how to make the
meatball.
bread if you'll learn how to make the rest.
I'll learn how to make the bread. I'll go to the store and buy it.
No, I'll make it.
Homemade from scratch?
Yeah.
I can probably make it. Like my sauce is almost like that, except it doesn't have the bell peppers.
Learn how to make it.
The hard part is going to be the lamb meatballs.
Learn how to make it.
But because they weren't meatballs, it was like lamb sausages. Like
Yeah. It was like yeah.
And I know they had fennel, but they had the perfect amount of fennel. Because I like fennel when it's done right, not when it's like fucking drowning something. It was, God damn, that place was amazing.
It was so fucking good.
We also had like a pastry to start off. It was the equivalent of it would be espejuelos, which is a Puerto Rican pastries, which is phyllo dough wrapped in the shape of sunglasses. And then they cover that in sugar and melt the sugar so it's caramelized.
It was good.
It
wasn't amazing.
It's like a good.
It was a nice appetizer.
Pastry.
It was nice to snack on while we were waiting before we figured out that we ordered at the wrong location.
We had coffee too.
We did have iced coffee. You had the pistachio and I had the plain. You had a nice pistachio latte.
That was incredible too.
The coffee was awesome.
That iced pistachio was so good. It had like fresh ground pistachios in it, so it was kind of sandy.
Chalky.
Oh, so good. So
I didn't
good.
care for it, but mine was awesome. It was just a plain.
What did we do
latte.
after Tate?
We walked through that park and we went to Cheers, and it was great. It was kind of weird because it's very hard to figure out exactly where the fuck the gift shop is. And then like I didn't realize, I should have realized that like the set bar is something totally different. You can drink at the set bar, but it was packed. Oh, yeah. Like you could barely even look in there. I just barely got a picture. And walked through the gift shop, got to see some cool memorabilia, got a cool shot glass. And then we went and met up with what?
Well, when we walked in, and there was like a giant cutout of Woody Harrelson. I was like, I looked at Jay and I was like, did you know that Woody Harrelson was in Cheers? He was like, what? He was so surprised.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Uncultured swine.
Of course we are.
Anyway, so then we went and met up with Mariela so we could go to Salem. Yes, sorry, as I die. And I'm not going to lie, Salem was my favorite part. Salem was the bomb. So we went there and picked up Kiko because he actually works in Salem. And it was a little late at that point. It was like 3 o'clock or so. And the Pioneer Village was going to be closing soon. So Mariela was like, you get to decide, aka me. We're going to go to the Pioneer Village. We're going to go to the Witch Museum. I was like, I need to go to the Pioneer Village because that's where Thackeray Binks lives. Yay. So we went to the little Pioneer Village. It was cute. It was a lot smaller than I realized it would be.
It sounded like $5 to get in.
Yeah. Yeah. It was nothing.
Right.
It was cute.
It's like $1 a house.
I imagine it's a lot prettier when the leaves have changed and everything. And then we went back and went to the Salem Witch Museum, which is the cheesiest thing ever, but it was so freaking cute. I loved it. It was adorable. Really, really bad.
I just like what
sculptures.
There was like one statement in the
Satan came to Salem.
Right? like and Satan came to Salem. I was like, what fuck with Satan come to Salem? There's nothing in Salem, especially in the 1400s.
16, yeah,
Whatever.
15s, whatever. Yeah, that was cute. And then we went around to all the witchy shops, which were amazing. I got the coolest pair of sunglasses ever. I got back in touch with my goth side. Wow, it was great. You found a really awesome video game for super cheap. Well, not cheap, but
I found Metal Slug 7 for $75. Metal Slug on the DS for 75
with the pretty psychedelic cover.
With the foil cover, complete in box, all of the manuals, the pins on the back are absolutely fucking pristine. And then we went to Cybertron when we were in Orlando. I'm like, look, I bought the game, and it was 130.
Score.
So, yeah.
So while we were in Salem, we went to the Boston Burger Company.
Did you talk about the Satanic Giant store with the super uncomfortable couches?
Oh, no. It was really great. There was a t-shirt there that I kind of wanted that said, "Sorry, I didn't come to church. I was too busy practicing witchcraft and becoming a lesbian." And honestly, if the front of the shirt had not been a nun, I probably would have gotten it. I didn't like the nun. It was a great store. Blackcraft. Mariela was saying that it used to only be an online store, and now they have a location. And we agreed that it is what Hot Topic used to be. It's like super dark and creepy. Like you can barely see anything in there. They had a really wonderful shirt, an Edgar Allan Poe Nevermore shirt, but it was only for children. Like, fuck kids. Like, I need that. Don't really fuck kids, please, God. Right. Yeah, then we went to the Boston Burger Company, and it was really good. I actually had somebody on my Facebook comment and say that they went there and they had a horrible experience.
Really?
Like, I don't know how. It was fucking awesome.
I ordered the wrong burger. That was on me. And even though I got the wrong burger, I think it was still...
How'd you do that twice? You ordered the wrong sandwich and then you ordered the wrong burger.
I thought that what I ordered was right on the first time. This time, I don't know if I panic ordered or not, but I ordered the wrong burger and it was still fucking amazing. Anyway, so we started with the sampler, which this is where we had our enchinis again. We had pulled pork mac and cheese egg rolls, which were so good.
They were okay.
I thought they were great. I don't like pulled pork on egg rolls. I don't like mac and cheese on egg rolls, and I thought that they were great. Boneless wings, they were okay. Fried pickles, no.
They were weird.
I didn't like them. They were hard.
They were really weird. Yeah.
They were hard.
They weren't done very well.
Mac and cheese balls.
Oh my God. Fuck that. Those things were amazing. They were so fucking good. Really it was good. Not even close to being comparable to that shit we had at Meridian. No, it's not.
Because the arancini balls from Meridian, they were covered in sauce. So by the time we got to the house, they were soggy.
They were so nasty. Oh God. But those macaroncini, whatever, they were awesome.
And BBC guacamole and chips. The
guacamole was awesome. Yes.
That was pretty good. That was pretty solid. I wish I would have had more, especially for the price, because it was fucking $20 for a sampler. I had the hot mess burger. That is what I ordered wrong. To compare this to something that you would know, it's a fucking Big Mac.
The sauce did taste like Big Mac sauce.
It was a literal. Let me see if I can get the ingredients. Boston.
Can you use two hands to type, please?
No, because I have to turn away from the microphone. I don't want to do that.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Menu. Here we go. The hot mess. It's bacon, sweet potato fries, homemade Thousand Island, diced pickles, jalapeno, red onion, shredded lettuce, and American cheese.
Yep, that's a Big Mac.
On the Rachel Ray Show. I could not taste the bacon. I don't know if it had bacon or not. I know it had a sweet potato in it because it had one sweet potato waffle fry in it. I couldn't taste the jalapenos, and it was literally a fucking Big Mac. I fucked up on picking that burger because I didn't realize that that's what they were going to do. It was the best Big Mac I've had in my entire life, but it was still a fucking Big Mac.
Bless it.
What did you have?
I had the bourbon blitz. Is there any way you can figure out exactly what was on that? Because it was not on the menu, so it was a
No.
featured burger. I know it had caramelized onions with like some bourbon sauce. I know it had blue cheese. I think there may have been some bacon, maybe. I don't remember. But it was awesome. There was like some barbecue sauce. It was so
There's a bourbon sauce.
freaking good. Yes, it was very, very messy. Very messy. But it was delicious.
When I took a bite out of that burger, and this is something that I am never gonna forget because it was so fucking crazy. I picked it up and I took it to my mouth, and before I even opened my mouth, I could feel the bourbon hitting my nostrils. And when you bite into it, you get like that sweet bourbon glaze, and then the funky blue cheese
the
just
funky
like
blue cheese.
cutting
Oh,
through the entire thing.
yeah. So
that
good.
was a real good
And it was
fucking
cooked
burger.
really well, seasoned very well. Yeah, it was really good.
You need to learn how to eat hamburgers.
Oh, shut up.
Because I kept telling
It
you,
was so messy.
I kept telling you, flip it,
I tried.
and you didn't flip it until I told you flip it so it stops breaking apart on you. Because the entire top bun was perfect, but the underneath was all destroyed.
We also got loaded fries, and I got to pick the flavor. There were lots of options. And I went with bruschetta because you told me I couldn't order the flaming hot ones. Or whatever it was. It was super hot. Whatever.
Inferno. It
The
was
Inferno. Yes, it had something mango habanero in it.
Inferno habanero salsa, cheddar jack, ranch, and spicy mayo.
Yeah.
No.
I wanted it.
No. But the bruschetta was Parmesan, tomatoes, basil, garlic, pesto mayo drizzle. It didn't have tomatoes.
That pesto mayo, holy shit. It was so good. Those fries were amazing. And they really weren't soggy. I was impressed. Very, very good.
I don't know what it is about poutine and Kiko, but he ordered
He's
poutine
apparently
again.
loving poutine. I didn't know that he'd ordered poutine that first night y'all were together. He needs to go to Canada.
Oh, yeah. Or to the poutine place in Disney Springs.
No, go to Canada.
Because the mushroom poutine, that is real
to
fucking
Canada.
good. I tried the poutine fries that he got in this place.
Mm-hmm.
And that gravy.
Yeah, I tried the gravy. It was really good gravy. Very flavorful.
Amazing fucking gravy. And then Mariela went on to tell us the story about how when she was a kid, she would order like mashed potatoes from KFC or Church's without the gravy. And then she started growing up, and before she left Puerto Rico, she started ordering the gravy on the mashed potatoes, and she regrets not eating it when she was a kid.
Bless her.
Because that gravy is so good. Especially the one from Church's. I could bathe in that gravy. It's so fucking good.
Love gravy.
This place was garbage.
It was.
Everything was a fucking garbage.
Not everything. You talking about at this place or on the trip?
On the trip.
Okay, no, not everything.
Anyways. Then we went to sleep.
Yes.
Next day we would leave.
Yes.
We wanted to visit some video game stores that were closed. But
Yes.
first we wanted to have
Brunch.
Mexican brunch. And we went to this place called Angela's Cafe. I had chilaquiles. And
I had huevos rancheros with chorizo.
And we had a dulce de leche pancake.
Yes.
One.
Yes.
The chilaquiles were so good with green salsa and chicken and cheese and eggs, and it had refried beans, right?
I
think so.
It did. I don't remember.
Look up
Let
a
me
picture.
look. I'm pretty sure it did.
So like they came out from the kitchen and they were still crunchy because usually chilaquiles they start getting soggy. They had refried beans and avocados and queso fresco. These were so fucking good. And like those first few bites of the chips were so good because you would get like soggy and crunchy chips. It reminded me of the baby nachos from Taco Maker. They were so fucking good. I want to have chilaquiles everywhere I go from now on because I forgot how amazing chilaquiles could be.
The huevos rancheros. Man, I had never had that before. I think I probably told myself I was never going to have that before because something about it just sounded kind of icky to me. But I saw chorizo and I was just like, give me that. And it was fucking amazing. It was so good, so flavorful. It's kind of spicy, but not
Chorizos
too
were really good.
spicy. The chorizo was
Because
delicious.
I had them at chorizo to mine, and it was.
And the onions that they put on top, the little onion rings. Oh, man. Whew, that green salsa. Oh, so good.
And then the dulce de leche pancake.
I did not care for the pancake.
It had also been sitting there for a while.
It was way too sweet. And
it's
I don't know.
Dulce de leche. Do you know
goopy.
how you make?
I know. It was just I.
No. Do you know how you make dulce de leche?
No.
So you take the can of sweetened condensed milk. You put it in boiling water for a while. Take it out and you open it. That's dulce de leche.
Mm.
So it is sweet milk cooked to make it even sweeter. So that's why you are not a big fan of dulce de leche.
Sickeningly sweet.
Yeah.
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 Just wasn't great. But the huevos
I
rancheros
liked
were
it a lot.
the bomb.
That place was another garbage.
Yeah.
And then Jay was kind of like making fun of Kiko and Marila, being like, this is the place where if you're visiting them, you have to go no matter what, right? I was like, I figured. Because when they came to visit us, and when we saw them in Savannah, they wouldn't stop talking about this place and how amazing it was.
It was pretty great.
Yeah, it lived up to its reputation. And,
It did.
And, yeah, so
It was awesome.
I loved it. So I think this trip was very fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was great.
It was one of the best trips we've had recently. Not that every trip hasn't been good, but
it was great.
It was great because it was
it was nice and comfortable because we aren't as broke as we used to be.
Right. And it was just you and me with my friends.
Yeah.
Just having fun, exploring a city that they know, and we didn't have to
like panic, try to figure out places that might not be good because we were with people who knew.
Right.
Rather than like us floundering our way through New York.
Right. But even then in New York, I feel like we still found a bunch of awesome
We did.
stuff.
We had a lot of fun. We'll have places to go back to when we go back in February.
I kind of really want to go back to that Puerto Rican diner.
I do not. It was way too expensive.
I don't care.
We can find another Puerto Rican place.
I want another one of those jugs of lemonade so that I could never get sick again.
And it was so hot in there.
Oh my God. It was so good. Love that place. It was like eating at grandma's house. So that's it for this episode, Karradyne. Is there anything else you want to say before we end the show?
Thank you for welcoming me back with open arms after my hiatus.
And we will never hear from Karradyne again.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.